This week, I want to talk about something I did, something that actually blew my mind. I built a complete platform experience functional prototype in 2 hours, something that would have normally taken me and my team a couple of weeks. The experience has completely changed how I think about the future of design and how we're going to work. For those who don't know me, my name's Jason Sear. I'm currently the VP and Head of Design for Cisco's security business. I've spent 25 years learning to build software people actually want to use. This channel, it's where I share the things that I've found to have actually worked. It's for designers, product managers, and engineers who care about creating impact, not just shipping features. So if any of that resonates with you, maybe consider subscribing. Okay, let's get into it. Look, I've always believed in pushing boundaries, and I love experimenting with the new stuff. But what I experienced this week with Vercel V0, it's not just another tool. It's a fundamental shift in how we will create digital experiences. So here's what happened. I'm preparing for a workshop, a big meeting. I need to be able to articulate my thinking on a platform experience strategy. Normally, I jump into Figma or PowerPoint, and depending on the complexity, I'd probably engage folks from my team. The last time I did something similar, I think probably worked with 2 or 3 designers, and we iterated over the course of a couple weeks to create a functional, clickable Figma prototype. But this time it was different. A couple of folks on my team have been leaning in and learning V0, and so I thought it was time to give it a try. I went into the app, described in 3 or 4 sentences what I wanted, and I gave it a screenshot of an existing product UI just to use as a reference. Man, within minutes, after only 4 or 5 prompts, I probably had about 80% of what I needed. But the thing is, I was having so much fun, I wanted to keep pushing to see what I could create. After about 25 prompts, I had added theme switching, because we always need dark mode, admin user management, I had feature flags to control different parts of the prototype, and I even added an AI assistant that had the illusion of responding to basic prompts. I had created a completely interactive prototype in 2 hours. Done. And this isn't just a clickable mockup. This is fully functional front-end code. So here's the crazy part. I got so hooked on this tool that on my way home from San Francisco, I started another project while waiting for the ferry ride home. Picture this, I'm sitting in a local pub with a burger and a beer, and I designed to finally redesign my personal photography website. I opened up the tool. I explained that I needed the site to be able to show my photography, host some of my external ramblings like YouTube and maybe some Medium posts, and also act as a basic CV and work portfolio. I'll be honest, the first iteration of it was terrible. Then I think my next prompt was something like, hey, I'm a design leader. My site needs to look awesome. And then it started coming back with something decent. I pushed it for a bit more bold typography, some novel micro interactions, never telling it exactly what to do, but rather explaining what I hoped to achieve and letting it figure things out. It felt a lot like giving art direction to a designer, giving them ideas to explore and waiting to see what it comes back with. The end result, after an hour in the pub and a couple of hours at home, it's pretty decent. The site uses an API to access YouTube directly to pull in my videos, does something similar with Medium. I even have Amplitude integrated I even have Amplitude implemented for telemetry. I'll work on it a little more, and then I'm going to change my DNS settings and point my domain to the new site probably in a few days. So here's where it gets really interesting. Some designers I'm seeing, as they see these tools, they're freaking out. They're like, hey, are we being replaced? But here's what I think some of them are missing, and it's quite huge. These tools will certainly allow anyone, to more easily execute on what's in their head. But guess what? The level of detail and understanding of design craft that exists in a designer's head is very different than in a CEO's head, in a product manager's head, or in an engineering person's head. We will always bring different perspectives to the table as designers. The real design work the strategic thinking, the user insight, the experience strategy, the sweating of the details, that's still all us. What changes is some of our focus. We're not always needing to push the pixels anymore. We get to design experiences at a higher level. Here's how I see some of the workflow possibly evolving. Imagine a PM exploring a checkout optimization flow. They articulate their vision with both a feature brief and an initial prototype. Not with design system components, because we want to make sure it's presented as raw ideas. Designers, they take that input, that prototype, that functional prototype, and this is where our value starts to shine. We evaluate it against user mental models and motivations. We ensure it aligns with a broader experience strategy. We ensure that we craft a North Star vision that elevates beyond the functional requirements. We identify where the experience can truly differentiate. Sometimes that prototype will pass straight to engineering with minimal changes, and that's awesome. Other times, we will completely reimagine the workflow based on deeper user understanding or alignment to other existing patterns or North Star experiences. The engineers, they also get the benefit of functional code that they can choose to optimize rather than building the UI from scratch. They may use it as is, or more likely, elevate it based on their expertise, ensuring security, scalability, resilience, all the things that they do. The best part of all of this, everyone's living in the product. Right from the beginning, we're thinking about workflows and outcomes. I think we can turn weeks into hours. I think the design capacity increases overnight, and we use that capacity to go deep into all the things we never have time to. We create much better alignment, both horizontally between like product management, design, and engineering, but also vertically from the executives down through the ICs. So here's your homework. And I've said it before, but trust me, you need to do this now and stop putting it off. Pick one feature, one workflow, one idea. Give something like V0 10 minutes, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be hooked like I was. Because in 6 months, everybody's going to be using these tools. And the question is, will you be leading or playing catch up? As always, please tell me what you think in the comments. I really want to learn from one another. We'll see you soon.